All right, what's going on, everybody? Let me get out of there we go. What's going on? JT back with you guys here in the afternoon. It is Studio 10-4 Live, the weekly update. If you guys joined us this morning, we had a good time. Mr. Gary Jones on. If you haven't caught that yet, it is available on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, or on X, whatever you find stuff on. Eventually, here we hope to get stuff so that it's happening over on a I don't know, more domestic access to a channel somewhere. And I'd like to be able to have that happen soon on our website too. And we're working on that. So you can actually go directly to the website, watch any of our webcasts from anywhere, anytime. But at this point, watch them live right here or on the playbacks. We got April in the house, maybe Tim and April. Yeah, Tim and April, both. Good to have you guys back. Oh man, these days Wednesdays are kind of a workout. Get up early, get things rolling, and then keep it going all day. So we have the afternoon show to roll into. Today we have a guest in the studio who I just literally met the other day on the phone, and we're going to bring her out here in a minute. And she's bringing a show up to you guys, and most of you maybe have heard of it. I don't know, Parking on the Prairie Truck Show. I had not heard of it, but now I have, and it's a charity show that makes money for the Children's Miracle Network. So annual charity shows, those are kind of a big deal. We do one every year, as you well know, Trucking for Kids, and we donate all of our money to Shriners Hospital of Southern California down there. So we had Dan on last week, and we talked about that. We'll be making a donation here pretty soon after they get all the stuff worked out. But somewhere in the neighborhood, I believe, $60,000 donation this year. So we're excited about that. Something about truck shows this year. And by the way, great news, price of fuel going down right now, so that's good news. I watched some news and information earlier today during lunch. Oil was down around $76 a barrel. It needs to continue to fall, especially for anything on the West Coast to happen. I mean, you guys out there, we talked to Gary Jones this morning. They're hovering around $4 a gallon where he's at, middle of the country out there in Missouri. And yet, we're at still 5 something a gallon, and diesel, same thing. So it's just not there yet for us. Why? What's so special about our fuel? Yeah, it's the same stuff you guys are burning. They just, charge more for it. But the good news is that things are looking up, man. Things are looking up. Everybody hang in there. Things will start getting a little more lucrative, and we had some good information from Gary this morning too, and I have to agree with what he had to say about the new rules of the road, and I'll leave it to you guys to go back and watch that and find out what they are. But they had directly to deal with the fact that right now there's more freight than there are trucks, and it's a true statement today. Been saying that for a long time out there. This really wasn't the truth. It was a false sense of counting, and it was done for the wrong reasons. Well, the reality of it is now there really is a need for more trucks out there, and I think that's going to be continuing to be the trend, and in turn should drive rates up and make freight costs go up to the drivers, to the operators, to the guys moving the stuff. Okay, and with prices of fuel going down, that's going to certainly help for guys to make more money too, and we all need that. Now, the truck show deal. I mean, we've seen a huge swing upward in the amount of shows, and I think there's a couple of things going on here, maybe, and that is that with the access to information out there, we have a lot more access to and availability to information. So yeah, we're going to see more about shows that may have already been in play that we just didn't know about before. And everybody's doing their part to kind of let everybody know they're happening. And these are the regional shows, the ones that I think are really becoming more hyper regional, and we're all along in that way. but we just didn't know about them. And now we're hearing more about them. Now there are a lot of new shows that have come along in the last 5 years. Some of them have come and some have already gone. It's no easy task to run a truck show. It's just not. If it was, everybody would do it. And a lot of people have tried, and not everybody succeeds. I don't wish ill on anybody, but let me tell you, there's a lot of moving parts to make it happen and have a successful one. I think the folks that are bringing shows along and they kind of stay in their lane, I like using that term, because regional, hyper-regional shows feature your local people, and that could be a 100-mile radius, that could be a 500-mile radius to wherever you're hosting your show at. You get the best results, the most support. I mean, it definitely makes things, I think, more of a community develops. It just generates huge support. Trucking for Kids, it's still in a bit of a transition from moving out of Southern California to where it's located now in Bakersfield. And Mario, how you doing, buddy? Malibu, California, man. How are the prices of fuel down in Malibu, California? I would imagine those are along the coast, some of the highest fuel prices in the country right there, man. I can only imagine. The transition that Trucking for Kids has gone through, and of course, if you don't know this story, Irwindale Raceway, which was the last, long-term location that show was at, closed. And it closed because the property finally really did sell, and the show had to find a new home. That place is completely gone now, and I don't know the condition of the land. I know they had a lot of cleanup to do with dirty dirt down there to be able to build on it again, and they finally decided that the value in the real estate was worth the endeavor to clean the ground and get it rebuildable again, probably into something industrial. I don't know, but all of it's gone now. A lot of the pieces that were there are in Bakersfield at the Famoso drag strip, because the same people owned that owned Irwindale. So, ran Irwindale. They never owned the land. They just leased the land and ran the raceway. So people are having to make adjustments. We would love to start seeing, a lot more of the SoCal folks that were down there that, basically that was their home show. Now they got to make that trek up over the grapevine to get up to Bakersfield and be a part of the Famoso location and Trucking for Kids. And we appreciate the heck out of everybody that showed up this year and last year and have made that trek up there and still support the show and all the kids and make it happen. So appreciate you guys for all doing that. And if you noticed, we're doing some features this week, bringing up some of the guys that showed up at the show this year and sending out a thanks to everybody. So the regional shows, nothing wrong with them whatsoever. Some of the destination shows, and I'll kind of call those out, is going to be the national stuff. I mean, Mid-America, that's a destination show. That's a one of a kind show that happens every year, and it's the big one. GBATs, I'm going to put GBATs in that category. GBATs. Now didn't go last year, but it has been that show in the past where, there's a lot of trucks to make it out to that show, and it's in the middle of the country. Uniqueness to that location, I was told, was that no matter where you're, whatever coast you're going to, same distance from that Joplin location to east or west coast is sort of the center of the country. That being said, that's how you get 600 trucks out to a show, man, is you got, a huge endeavor to do that. And man, they do a great job. It's been fun over the years to go to GBATs. It really has. Randy, good to have you, man. Hope things are going good at J&L. And man, you guys have just come out of Mid-America this year, man, just with a huge presence. So congratulations on that. The other shows that are coming up and will be something that probably people are going to want to take part in. I'm going to open up our calendar and have a look real quick. And we've got some other shows that are starting to really kind of take shape too. Diesels in the Desert, that's one of the earliest shows of the year now, and it's becoming something that's really a lot of fun too. I think the Vegas Large Car Invitational. I haven't been to that yet, but the dynamic of having NASCAR and a truck show and an invitational truck show at that, is something that's unique, special, and well received. And staying on that note, Stan Silva Jr. and the show that he had, which was a very small, low key, and it's going to continue to stay that way. Show is just a special, unique, kind of regional, very hyper focused, hyper regional show. So I think there's a lot of room for a lot of success in those type of shows that are out there. They're going to continue to have success. Some of the bigger ones, man, we'll see what happens, and there's a lot on here. If you guys want to get a look at what's coming up and what's on the calendar, go to 104magazine.com, just like I'm at right now. I'll bring it up. The calendar's right here. And go to our calendar tab right there, and there's all the truck shows and events that we know about. And if you're not on here, and when you look at the show, then you need to send that information into our editor. Send it to editor104magazine.com, and we try to get it on there in time so that it's on the magazine, and it'll have a hot link on it too, if that's available to your website or wherever your show is hosted at. All right. Bring that out for right now. There we go. Now, I'd love to hear from everybody out there. Hey, Dale, what's going on? I'd love to hear from everybody and their, what shows they're going to this year. Have you already penciled them out? And by the way, the other one that I'm going to pin as a destination show is going to be 10-4 Trucker Rodeo and show coming up in November. And of course, I know Stars and Stripes and White Lines. Look, that's no joke either. That's a big deal everybody's looking at. We're up against each other on the same weekend. They're in Atlanta. We're in California in Bakersfield. We're at the Kevin Harvick Kern County Raceway. They're in Atlanta Motor Speedway. We've got a speedway on our show property as well too. It's a half-mile oval. And guys have been known to take victory laps over there on that track after their event wins, and that's always kind of fun. But the bottom line is this: we got people coming from all over to be at that trucker rodeo. It's a real traditional, down to earth, ground root kind of event put on by us and by us and for you to show up and compete and do some of the old time truck competitions that we used to do before, and maybe some new ones now. And some twists that the guys and gals come up with at 10-4 to make them our own. I mean, the cow loading contest, nobody's ever done that before the way we do it. Heavy equipment contest, nobody's ever done that way. I mean, it's fun, entertaining, and there's a lot of athleticism involved. Believe me, these guys, when they're done, they're wore out. The tire changing competition was no joke, man. We really got into it this last year, and I don't know if that one's coming back or not. We haven't had that meeting yet as to what's coming back or what new ones are coming in addition to the competitions we've had so far. So we'll see how that all turns out. All right. I want to bring our guest in, and she's there patiently waiting and hanging out. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks. Good to finally meet you in person. Well,
Yeah.
in not in real life, but in virtual anyways.
Close enough, right?
Close enough. So I wrote in the story about today's description for the show, and I said third or fourth, we're not sure. So do we ever figure that out? Does it matter?
So I mean, those numbers aren't even. Nope, it's the sixth.
It's the sixth.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we can't really say parking on the prairie as the sixth one because we've been parking on the prairie for 4 years.
Okay.
So before then, we had 2 years in a Walmart parking lot. So that's kind of where this whole thing started.
Okay. And that was back in the days when Walmart actually would let trucks come in and RVs come in and park in the parking lot then. Right.
Yep. And then we kind of slowly moved out of there when we realized we are not going to fit anymore.
Well, that's a good thing to have happen. So as long as you got another place to go to, you're okay with that. So,
yeah.
and I knew in our conversation you had said third or fourth, but not sure. So I'm glad I'm not losing it too bad. I have lost it a bit, but I'm not that far gone, that close to a conversation ago. And sometimes that's why the morning show works out so well. We've got a memory guy on the morning show, and his job literally is to look things up and find out what we're talking about. Because sometimes Brandon and I don't know what we're talking about. So if you caught that, and you're friends with Brandon Carpenter, apparently, right?
Yes, I am. He's just kind of been a part of the show, and we actually started talking about building trucks, and that's something I think my brother is still planning to do eventually, and he'd really like to build his own truck. And Brandon and I had somehow got connected in that, and we've just always been talking back and forth, and hopefully one day he'll be able to come to our show too, but he seems like a busy man.
Brandon is busy. He was on the show this morning. He carved out some time and still made it happen. But I'm hoping that it doesn't turn into an impossibility on Wednesday mornings, because he's the other half of the show. And then, of course, with Matt in there, and Matt and I have been kind of grabbing the reins here lately and making it happen. And Brandon is busy. So let's talk about this show then, and kind of give everybody the rundown of where it's at and why it's at and all that sort of stuff.
All right. So actually this show is in Holton, Kansas, and that's 30 minutes north of Topeka. You're going to be there when you see this gigantic blue water tower and you see more chrome than you could probably see from outer space. So that's when you're going to be there. We actually are going to have this show for 3 days this year. So 2 days is actually with trucks, and that's going to be the June 26th and 27th. So that Friday and Saturday registration is going to start at 10, and we're just going to start just putting everything in from there.
And Sunday, the final day, will be awards and all the wrap it up and send everybody on their way deal. That's good.
Yep.
Truck show, the load in is always kind of a little bit slow and tedious, man. But when it's time to go, holy hell, everybody grabs a gear and they're gone, right?
Yes. Yep. It's always nerve wracking when you first, you're thinking, is anybody going to show up? And then all of a sudden you hear that Jake brake and you're thinking, there's no way they're stopping for us. Yeah. Sure enough, and then they just start rolling in, and I'm like, holy cow, they're here. Like they're here for us. How did this, from going from 8 trucks to almost 40 and hoping we're looking at probably 60 this year? I think that's a good win.
Now, do you guys have any pre-registration that they can do off-site on a website or anything? Is that doable?
Yeah, so there's a pre-registration, and that is on our Facebook page. It is pinned to the top. So that's just going to kind of give us an idea of maybe how many bobtails, how many combos we're going to have, the farm class, things like that. So you're going to be able to, go ahead and pre-register, and then that's going to guarantee that you have a shirt as well.
Am I on the right spot here?
You are, right? Right there on those featured. Scroll down just a little bit. No, right on the. You're on the page.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, got it right here. Yep. So there it is right there, and just click on the link, and that'll take you where you need to go. Copy it. Right there we go. Got it. Okay, good deal. So if you guys haven't gone there yet and hit the follow button, do that so you can get the latest updates. I mean, that's always good information to have, and you can find out what's going on and anything that you need to get a hold of anybody. Well, there's your phone number. So just get a hold of Christian and find out what's happening if you need to. Hopefully you won't. You can just show up and have a good time and let her do what she needs to do so she doesn't have to answer the phone, right?
Right. It's fine. And even if you roll in Saturday afternoon, just come, right? The camaraderie is there. You come in maybe as a stranger and you're going to leave as a family.
That's building a community. I like that. Brandon Chase is in the house. Brandon, how are you? Everybody be sure and say hi, Brandon. That includes you. You got to give a hi, Brandon.
Hi, Brandon.
There you go, Brandon. All right. Half hog. I want that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No kidding. Right.
It's such a good raffle. I mean, we got some generosity coming in this year. With that, just, you don't even have to pay processing, nothing. So that's just buy that raffle ticket, get entered, I mean, food is hard enough to buy right now. And to win that, I mean, $400 or $500 that's your prize.
Oh, I've got an idea, and maybe it's not original, but it could be one. And that is, even if you're not going to be there, is there a way to buy a ticket and win this thing?
Yep, there is. So you can pay Cash App or Venmo. You do not have to be there at the time that we do the drawing. Just make sure when you put that in there. I'm going to ask for your information when I get that payment, and I'm going to put your phone number and everything down on a spreadsheet with your raffle tickets, and then we're going to draw on that Sunday.
I think that's an awesome idea. If you're not there, you can't be there. You're not even in the area, not ever going to be close to it. Donate. The money's going to go. The money. I'm assuming this is money being raised for Children's Miracle Network as well. Am I correct? Okay. Mm-hmm. So the money goes to the kids, and then donate the winning, if you win it, to maybe the kids to have a barbecue. I don't know. I mean, figure that out. Talk to Christian and find out what to do. Right.
Yeah. I mean, local food pantries are always looking for something too. If there's something that you don't want in that, and you can get it cut any way you want. So that's always an option.
Now, the location and the area, the region that you guys are in, tell me about that.
In Holton, Kansas. So we're in the Northeast Kansas, and it's right there on 75 highway. Very, very easy to get to. And when you come up to it, there's going to be some KDOT signs that are going to tell you that there's going to be an influx of traffic happening there. And, we're going to have a lot. I'm hoping that we're going to have a lot, but I'm super excited about that. There's all sorts. There's people that are local, and there's people that are going to be coming out of state. So it's really just kind of, we're in a farming community. So we're going to have some farm class, which is kind of brings me to the awards. Like, we will have a farm class. We have the top 10 combo. We've got top 10 bobtail. There's actually 28 trophies being given this year.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Wow. Well, that's pretty good odds that you're going to get a trophy if you show up.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Come on down. Like, this might be your first one. This might be your 75th. I don't know, but be here for it. Right.
Tell us about your organization and who helps you run the show and that group. What's that like?
So we have a lot of just really fantastic volunteers. So actually, this show started when my mom had thought, there's people around the area that are raising some money for Children's Miracle Network. How can we? And so then she thought, well, how about bring my brother Semi in and see if we can do like a tiny little truck show for 6 hours on a Saturday or a Sunday and see what we can raise. And it was kind of like a bake sale situation. And then we get to the second year, and we went from 8 to 18, and we're thinking, oh my gosh, something's going on. We needed more volunteers. We needed more. My brother working over the road a lot and only home every once in a while. He just was not able to spend that kind of time to organize. And me, as my trade of being a social worker, he knows that I'm used to chaos. So he kind of threw me in this with all of these fantastic volunteers that we have. And we've just grown this so far. So I definitely want to give a shout out to Kat and Cecilia, and of course my mom, Kim. They do fantastic work. And then they kind of rope in a ton of people, and we just have so many volunteers. Yep. I mean, literally.
Yeah.
I'm just envisioning my mom with a lasso. So
exactly.
I have to get a picture of that.
I've been involved in events and groups and organizations over the years, and Trucking for Kids is that one of those groups. I'm not on the volunteer side. I am for some things, but of it, and then rodeo as well. But the bottom line is, it takes a lot to make it happen. You got a lot of things that, sometimes they're not the best fun jobs, and they still need to be done, and people are willing to step in and do them, man. So it's hats off to all the volunteers out there. Thanks you guys for showing up and doing what you do.
Absolutely. Yep. And it doesn't really hit you, I think, until that morning, and you realize, like, every single thing, every late night, even for the drivers, the polishing, the getting everything organized, and even stopping revenue, right? We're stopping what is putting food on our table for this event. And that's amazing. And it doesn't really hit you, I think, until the morning. And then all of a sudden you see it start coming together, and it's like absolute goosebump situation. Like, you're just like full of emotion. Yeah. And I think that's that's where I feel like all of this sacrifice on all parties is just so worth it.
So the community that you create for the weekend that you guys have the show is one thing. What about the community around you that is the host for the event? Are they behind you and stepping in and stepping up?
Yeah, we have a lot of sponsors this year, even sponsors that, that are new this year and they're just finding out about us, or they're, they came last year and then they started researching a little bit more. I mean, the community there is fantastic. And so really anybody, I don't even think I've ever really been turned down at this point for either a sponsor or a raffle item or even just coming to the event. So we have a lot of good support in this area. And I think that's just it. Truckers, they might have that name or that image. And then you see every single one of them is so genuine. The families, communities are so genuine, and they're like absolutely the most giving people ever.
100%. Yeah, you nailed it right there. It is. I think it's headed back that direction too. We've been kind of on a downswing, in some ways in the industry for a while, but I think we're headed back into a good spot again.
Yeah.
And Dan, I'm not sure what. There it is, and that's Dan Lenz, of course. Everybody, Dan the man, making a comment there. There's a paper clip out of show somebody had to think it was needed. Yeah, no kidding to that. And that's just a paper clip. Yeah, it takes a community. It takes a village. So all good and all good on you guys for supporting the show. By the way, you spoke a little bit of your brother. I'm going to bring him up into the show here. Now, does he still have this same setup?
He has this semi, so he is hauling anhydrous now. But so yeah, he's not hauling that. He doesn't have that matching trailer, but he still running the same truck.
Well, I'll tell you what, that was a doll of a setup right there.
Yeah.
And that goes to Stephanie Haas, the diesel addict, there for shooting it too. She always does a great job. And this was we figured it out January of 2022. Now the interesting thing about this is I'm trying to find it. I couldn't find it. So it December of 21 didn't show up, and January of 22 wasn't showing up on my search, and that's our website. I don't know anyway. So but thank you, Christian, for sending me the link so I could bring that up and share that with everybody. Now, is he coming to the show with his rig and going to be there? Yes.
Yep, he'll be the first semi in that parking lot. So he kind of just is like that anchor. He's like, all right, right here, this is where you're going to park. So he'll come as a combo, and he'll be the first one in that parking lot. So everyone else just line up right next to him, and he'll be good to go. So
is he kind of like the Grand Marshal?
He really is. Yeah. If and we've got staff shirts this year, so that's going to be fun. So find anybody in hot pink, even my brother.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I don't know if that was really his choice of color, but that's what he's going to get. So
Dan, did you drop that down that way, or it must be a volunteer shirt color for the season, right? I mean, did you see Trucking for Kids this year? Did you happen to see the
Yep.
You did. So yeah, the pink shirts. Yeah.
Yep.
So,
the hot pink shirts. Yep. It was a toss up. Do I do yellow? Do I do pink? And then I was like, you know what? We all look good in pink. It's going to be fine.
Yeah. It's a trend. It must be a trend.
Yep.
All right. Any, as far as how does the donation process work for Children's Miracle Network, for you guys, for the public? What do they need to do? And tell us about that.
So all of the proceeds here will go supporting Children's Miracle Network, and it all stays local. So it'll stay at Stormont Vale, which is one of our hospitals there in Topeka, and it will service, or it offers up gas cards and things to the 15 counties in catchment area. So any of those donations, if you want that donation to go straight to them, obviously, we can take that and we're going to combine it with all the money that we have, and that's going to go straight to them. So there's been so many in our community that's had to use that resource. If their kid is, they need gas cards, they need meal vouchers, they need whatever. And that's what that money is going to cover.
Gotcha. JC Alta showing up today. JC, how are you, buddy? Good to have you on the show. You know, it's funny how this works. You know, we've got this luckily and fortunately for us to have a show every week on Wednesdays, and we have our show family that shows up, and then we have our people that we see seemingly myself once a year, like JC. You know, at Mid America, we connect, and a lot of others we reconnect in Mid America every year. But it's nice to be able to have the show here to kind of connect after and kind of get caught up a little bit. I think we need to just pick the phone up and call one another. I'm doing good, man. It's a little warm again, and we're heating up. It's that time of year. I can only imagine. Now, let's talk about the weather. What are you guys looking at? Is it just going to be like a hot and muggy, or is it, you know, that's just life and that's just Saturday and Sunday? And, you know, what are we doing? Do you know yet?
I mean, I try not to jinx us, right? But I look at the weather and I'm thinking right now it's looking really good. Friday's looking good. Yeah. Saturday it has like 0.4 of an inch, just enough to make us get out there and wipe down those water spots, you know, make us work a little bit harder for it, I guess. But otherwise, I mean, I would rather have that than a monsoon. So
hey California heat. If you're ahead of the game, you brought your, you know, weed blower and you blow everything off that way. That's the way to do it, man. I'm telling you.
Yes, I'm gonna have to remember that. We might have one on site.
Oh yeah, you get the weed blower out and blow all the water off, then come down and wipe it off.
There you go.
No on pink. Oh, sorry, Clayton. That's all right, buddy. That's not for everybody. You know, it's just not for everybody. What's the aspirations of the show? I mean, are you looking for the sweet spot, or you think you're close to it as far as where things are at?
I mean, my hope would be 60, right? I'm really wanting 60 trucks. I'm really wanting to raise the same amount of money, if not more than we raised last year. And that was about 20,000. You know, I know truck show numbers are kind of a little bit lower this year, obviously for the price of fuel and all of that. But, you know, if anything, I don't ever put a number on it, really. Like for me, it's just when they start rolling in, I'm like, you know what? I don't even start counting until we really start looking at, okay, maybe we're running out of room. But at the end of the day, I'm like, you know what? As long as we have people that are there, I want 60. But if we get the same amount as last year, I'm going to be just as happy.
Yeah, well, that's a good attitude, good way to look at it. Everybody that's watching and I'm reading Dan's comment. I'll put that up there for you. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there it is.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, pink, man. That'll do it. I think that you know, expectations, you could just do what you can and have it work out the way that it does. It's going to be the way that it happens. And this year it has been a little bit of a little bit of a trick to get it to happen. Everybody's a lot of folks too, the ones that didn't make it to our show, they were working. And you know, it's like, hey man, got to make hay. And I get that 100%. You got it. You really do. And especially to offset costs of operating right now. I mean, you got to take in whatever you can out there to keep the wheels rolling and the bills paid. So, hey, looks like we got somebody, you know, huh?
I see that comment. Yep. Sure is.
All right. Good to have you on here, Austin. By the way, we were showing your truck off there a minute ago. I don't know if you caught that or not. You can go back and check it out. But I was saying thanks to everybody in the studio for coming out today. And of course, everybody on the playback, you know, when you guys are watching, it's here for you too. So thanks for checking us out later. Anybody else you want to say thanks to before I let you go?
Just honestly, every single person that even contemplates coming. I mean, even pushes interest on our Facebook page. Though, I mean, every single person that volunteers wants to come, can't come because something happens. And then those that show up. It's amazing. It's such a great community, and I couldn't imagine doing anything better.
Incidentally, the flyer that I'm showing you, this is the one that is on our Facebook page. You can obviously go and get that same information over here as well. But the best thing I can recommend everybody do is get on Facebook and find Parking on the Prairie Truck Show and look for it. that look right there, that's the one you want to follow. Hit the follow button and get in touch with them if you're going to come out there or just show up, whatever you're going to do. But just make it happen. Be supportive. And the dates again, one more time.
June 26th through the 28th.
All right. Christian, it's been a pleasure and a joy to talk to you. And I wish you much success in the show coming up and having things happen favorably. And we'll look forward to having you back on the show again. Okay.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much.
All right. Take care.
See ya.
All right, everybody. So there you have it. Parking on the Prairie coming your way soon, or rather you're coming its way, but it's coming up, whether you're ready for it or not. So make sure you do get ready for it and make it happen. Get out there and support Christian and her group and the Children's Miracle Network. Amazing how many of our shows are geared towards the kids, and man, there's some good causes out there. One of the ones that I think, and we got involved with a little bit, is the Final Mile. I don't know if you guys remember that or not, but it was a way to get drivers who fell ill on the road and ultimately passed while they were on the road, and gave families an affordable way to get their people back home, wherever that might be. That's an interesting, thing to deal with. And it's kind of interesting that it got looked at and addressed. And I think somebody found a solution out there. All right. So listen, what's happening with 10-4? Well, if you don't know it by now, you guys should. And that's where we got a new magazine out, and we had our cover feature on last week. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And we'll be back again next week looking for more stuff to absolutely talk about. Alberta Diesel Days is coming up. If you guys don't know about that, that's happening up there in Alberta, Edmonton. It's a bit of a drive, but if you are wanting to compete on a drag strip and run your truck, there's a place to do it. Or if you just want to show up and have a good time, you can. And Mario and his guys are going to make that happen, I'm sure. Some other trucks, the shows that are coming up too as well. I'm going to run them off here for you just to kind of let you know. Let's see. This weekend, here we are, Midwest Truck Fest. And that is, of course, coming up. That is Dickerson Custom Trucks putting that one on. And it is at the Lucas Oil Raceway Park, Indianapolis, Indiana. So hopefully you're going to be a good turnout for them. Shell Rattel is happening. Ohio Vintage Truck Reunion. Southern Idaho Truck Show. That is at the end of the month in Idaho. So Coonley Brothers Stampede's happening. And that rounds out the end of the month of June. So if you guys want to check out more of those, you can. 104magazine.com. Hit the calendar tab and check them out. Again, going back to the regional concept, there's a lot of shows going on, but listen, you might look at this and go, I can make that one. I'm within proximity, set what your radius is. What is it? Is it 100 miles? Is it 500 miles? I mean, is it 1,000 miles? I don't know. You guys figure out what it is to get you where you want to go and have fun. What's acceptable, get a load, have it take you. Hey, Jamie, take care, buddy. Good to have you on the show as always. And I appreciate you very, very much. Thanks, Jamie. And this one, of course, Parking on the Prairie coming up at the end of the month as well. All right, everybody, listen, been fun. Thanks for tuning in. And we will check you guys out real soon. Could be some stuff coming up tomorrow and Friday. In the meantime, for sure, next Wednesday morning, we'll see you at the morning drive and then again on the weekly update. JT, Studio 10-4 Live and 10-4 Magazine. I am out. Keep the shiny side up, man. Stay safe out there. Stay cool.